What's up, guys? So I just got home from Tenet. Yes, I did. I'm so happy to say that. I've been so excited to see this movie. I've been on a Christopher Nolan high for weeks now. I've been reviewing a bunch of Christopher Nolan films, including the Dark Knight trilogy, Inception. I have reviews for Dunkirk and Interstellar up on this channel. I've reviewed The Prestige. So I've been looking forward to this movie quite a bit. The trailers looked awesome. And luckily, it was only delayed, like 2 months, maybe three, something like that. So it wasn't affected as much as a lot of other movies have been affected. But look, this is a total non-spoiler review. I'm just going to give you my very vague opinion and reaction to the movie. And look, this is a film that, for me anyway, I'm not going to be able to get everything out of this movie until I see it at least like 5 times. And that's not an exaggeration. This is a 2.5 hour long movie. There is a lot of stuff that happens in this film. And a lot of it, like the overall story of the film, is at its core very basic. So you do understand the overall story of the movie and what they're trying to do. And in that sense, it does feel a lot like Mission Impossible Fallout. You understand the story and what they're trying to do, but the difference here is the action is different. They're like Christopher Nolan creates his action in this movie. This is stuff that's never been done before. He has created it all from scratch. This has all come from his mind. And that is something to be applauded for. Like, he created some of the most crazy visuals that I've ever seen. The stuff that they can come up with in this movie is mind-boggling and entertaining and jaw-dropping in all the best ways. Now, look, he creates his whole new world in this movie, and he takes your hand and he basically pulls you through it. This movie is like a magic carpet ride. Christopher Nolan takes us by the hand and he sings to us, "I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, viewer, have you ever seen an action scene like this?" That's basically the gist of this whole entire movie. It's a ride. They even say in the beginning of the film, don't try and understand it. Feel it. And you do. You feel it. You feel it a lot. You feel tension in this movie. You feel suspense. You feel moments of humor. And it all really works. And you are not necessarily emotionally engaged into this movie. But similar to how Dunkirk was, like, you're not emotionally really engaged into the story. I mean, I guess you are, because it is real life events and you do care about all these people surviving, but it wasn't really more about the characters. Dunkirk was more about the situation. This film, again, is more about the situation and not the characters. It is about the characters, but look, when your lead character doesn't even have a name and his name is just the protagonist, I think that goes to show that he's basically wanting to take us through an amusement park ride. That's what this movie kind of feels like. But it is so well made. It is so well edited. It is so well acted. Everybody's fantastic in this movie. The stunt work, the visual effects team, the sound designers, the sound editors, the cinematography, and the directing, out of this world. And the screenplay as well. Look, I can't tell you the screenplay is out of this world. I can tell you it's mind-boggling. I can tell you that my brain was melting out of my head after I left the theater, but I just can't tell you that, wow, this is one of the best Christopher Nolan scripts, because I don't understand it that well. I don't know enough about it. I've seen the movie, but there is so much that happens to where you're just along for the ride and you're like, wow, I am so into what I'm seeing. Even though I don't quite understand it, I'm into it. Now, that's as broad as I can go without spoiling anything, which I won't here. I might very well do a spoiler video on this movie because I do think it earns one. There's a lot of stuff that happens, but I do want to see the movie at least 2 or 3 more times before I do that. Because I feel like people are going to jump the gun and put up, Tenet ending explained videos where they're all basically giving a bunch of hoopla that, hey, maybe they're right, but maybe they're not. Who knows? I personally don't feel comfortable doing something like that until I see the movie a few more times. But look, first reaction to this movie, it is so well made. The scope to Nolan films just gets bigger and bigger and bigger until I think Nolan's brain is going to leak out of his head, and I'm surprised it hasn't already. Comparing this to a movie like Inception, which I do think is Christopher Nolan's best movie, comparing it to a movie like that, if you go into it, is it hard to follow? Not necessarily, because throughout the whole movie, they explain to you what's going on. Okay, we're going into a dream. This is a kick. This is how to get out. Blah, 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 blah. I have my review for Inception up now, so if you want my full opinion on that movie, check it out. But this, instead of like Inception being something that you could do and like enter into the dream, Tenet is a film where it's this whole world where there's these people that could do incredible things. And it's just a lot bigger in scope, if that even is even possible. But look, I'm giving this movie 4 out of 5 stars. After the first viewing, I did really, really enjoy it. It really flies by. I mean, it's a very entertaining movie. But I can't say it's incredible or great because I just don't, know enough, and I just don't feel as comfortable to give it a higher rating because, look, I just have to see the movie more times. I'm going to be honest with you. But one of the things that I would say I didn't really love that much about this film, before I wrap this up, is the score. It's not done by Hans Zimmer. He was off composing another movie during the time that they were making this. So Christopher Nolan brought in Ludwig Göransson, who composed the show The Mandalorian. Great job on that. He won the Oscar for Black Panther. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. But yeah, so his score for this movie is trying to imitate Hans Zimmer's feel. And a lot of the times, like if you listen to movies like Inception, the score, or Interstellar, there's a lot of musical themes in that movie that you can really put you can remember. Very memorable music. In this, there's no really memorable music. It's all just a bunch of not necessarily like that, but it's all big pieces of music, and you don't really remember any of it. It fits the scene, sure, but it's just not as good as a Hans Zimmer score. But look, guys, comment your thoughts in the comments. Did you see Tenet? Do you plan on seeing this movie? Please don't spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. But yeah, you could also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The links are all down below. So yeah, guys, look, that's about it for me. Thanks so much for watching my review for Tenet, and I'll see you guys next time. Over and out.